Last night, in his first State of the Union address, the president delivered what was perhaps the most robust defense of American exceptionalism since Reagan.
The state of our union is strong. This, in fact, is our new American moment. You can dream anything. You can be anything. And together, we can achieve absolutely anything.
Wow. Now, my question is, when we have this precious gift, liberty, that men and women fought and died for over the centuries, think about our flag, our country. Why wouldn't everyone believe that it's all worth protecting and preserving? That our traditions and the American people are worth protecting?
My duty and the sacred duty of every elected official in this chamber is to defend Americans, to protect their safety, their families, their communities, and their right to the American dream. Because Americans are dreamers too.
Oh, now that last line sent the Never Trump media right over the edge.
You saw a divisive speech, the wedge issue of immigration, the scare tactics of MS-13. It was a speech delivered almost from an alternate reality.
You tell me
what about the
that room is supposed to respond like this to the great dictator?
I think the frame that they felt in the room was one that inflames the cultural divides.
Only over at that other cable network would defending Americans and America be controversial. Now, call me crazy, but I think most Americans love it when their president stands up for them, is a cheerleader for them. Trump looked past the desperate detractors and toward true American heroes. The officer who adopted the child of a woman on drugs. Families who suffered the death of children at the hands of MS-13. And by the way, we're going to hear from one of those families later on in the show. And that brave North Korean defector who escaped to help others do the same. The president celebrated our anthem, the military, families, and faith. And, of course, the creation of 2 million new jobs, employee bonuses, not crumbs, business investment, optimism, all good stuff. Trump is making things demonstratively better, and the Democrats are seething because of that. When they can't even bear to acknowledge the good, when they can't even feign the appearance of being happy at good news for American workers and American business, something is really wrong. It's gone totally off the rails. The Democrats, I think, have allowed their personal hatred of Trump, the man, to blind them to all the good that's happening around them. Now, look at this CBS Snap poll taken right after the president's big speech last night. 8 in 10 Americans who watched the State of the Union felt that the president was trying to unite the country. 2/3 said the speech made them feel proud. And 1/3 said it made them feel safer. But check out the Democrat reaction today.
The president's speech was a disappointment and a missed opportunity.
What I consider to be the lowest point in the president's speech last night was when he says Americans dream too.
It was dangerous what he said last night. What he is doing brings tears to the eyes of the Statue of Liberty.
Well, I don't know if Nancy should talk about tears and the Statue of Liberty, because that's a statue. The reality here is that by reflexively attacking Trump while providing no actual policy alternatives, Democrats undercut and undermine the public good. They call themselves progressives, but when there is actual progress, they recoil. Now, the left isn't afraid that Trump is going to fail. No way. They're afraid that he will succeed, and they're afraid that he is succeeding right now. I was thinking about this earlier today. I think their happiest moment, maybe since Roy Moore lost that Senate bid in Alabama, was when the stock market fell by 400 points yesterday. They were probably hoping that it would take another nosedive today, and that would be a permanent downturn. If America were a stock, they'd be shorting it. The Democrats went from hope and change to nope and strange. The Democrats are now officially post-American. They've become the grievance industrial complex, maybe a hodgepodge of leftist rage and hate with one goal in mind: to keep their voters angry and resentful. So when Trump issues a call like this, they become unhinged.
We can lift our citizens from welfare to work, from dependence to independence, and from poverty to prosperity.
Democrats don't want to hear that, and they certainly don't want you hearing it. All things considered, and it's hard to say this, but I really actually believe this, they want us weak and poor. Because when you're weak, you need them, and they think they can sell you on big government, and in turn, they have more power over your life. Now, let's face it. The Democrats' politics of bitterness, I think it's pretty much out of gas. And their post-State of the Union temper tantrums show us that Democrats have become the worst stereotype that they tried really hard to foist on President Trump. They're angry, unserious, and hateful. And that's the angle.